Sup people, interior Quaggan Op here, just coming at you with a very quick video. If you saw my last video, you would have seen that I completed the first tier of Bolt 1, the experimental sword, and that was the collection. So the next part of the process of crafting Zap, the precursor for Bolt, is to craft Zap, the experiment. So it is the first tier of 3 swords that I need to craft as I progress through my craft leveling and on the way to crafting Zap. So there's a fair bit involved in this next step before we can move on to the collection part 2. It involves a lot of ascended mats, as I pre-warned you guys in the very first video. So as you can see, for the first part in the legendary inscription, I'm going to need 10 Alonian letter squares. So that's 10 days of crafting there with cooldowns. The next part for the experimental sword hilt, I'm going to need 15 Deldrimor steel ingots. And also for the experimental sword blade, I'm going to need another 15 Deldrimor steel ingots. So that's a fair bit, guys. That's a lot of ascended crafting. As I mentioned before, it's going to be quite expensive. We're going to use a lot of mats, especially for this next tier moving forward. And this is one of the roadblocks I mentioned in the very first video, that a lot of people get past that first tier of the collection. That's really straightforward, really easy, doesn't cost anything. And then they go, bam, they're hit with this large amount of ascended crafting that they need to do. Effectively, it's going to craft an exotic grade weapon. That's what a lot of people were upset about when this legendary crafting came along. But at the end of the day, you got to think that this precursor is going for between 900 and 1,000 gold constantly on the trading post. So there is going to be a bit of a gold sink in crafting it. That's expected. Otherwise, we're going to crash the market just by crafting this stuff, because it is sellable and tradable. But you can only do it once per account. So guys, that's where I'm at so far. There's a long journey ahead, a lot of ascended crafting, a lot of farming to come. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in and around Tyria. Bye.